Anything from Silicon Valley to Patriots Day to Crazy Rich Asians to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The list goes on, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jimmy O Yang.
Yeah.
How you doing, Jimmy?
Morning. I'm doing well. It's
Excellent.
great.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Patriots Day, you were fantastic in.
Thank you so much. Sadly, not a lot of people watched it.
Your character was the one who was kidnapped, held hostage by those guys, and eventually escaped and alerted the police. Hey, I know where these guys are. I know who they are. I didn't know that story.
Yeah, that guy was amazing.
Yeah.
Danny Mang, Chinese immigrant, college student, and this is about, of course, the Boston Marathon bombing.
Yeah.
And I bugged him every other day. Spoiler alert, he stays alive, in the movie.
Yeah.
So I bugged him every day when I was in Boston, and we had dinner, went to Chinatown every other day. He was a really nice, warm guy, and he came to the premiere and tapped me on the shoulder. He's like, hey, I think you did a great job.
That
was
there
nice.
you go. Is stand-up comedy where you kind of started, or acting, or where'd you begin?
That's where everything started. I started doing stand-up at the Ha Ha Comedy Club in L.A. I had to pay $5 for 5 minutes of stage time.
You were born in Hong Kong, correct?
I was born in Hong Kong, yeah.
Came here. I know you have a book called How to American: An Immigrant's Guide to Disappointing Your Parents.
Yes, that's true.
And so you're working at a financial firm, or where was it?
Yeah, it was Smith Barney, which was under Citigroup. And I graduated 2010 from college, which is right after the financial crash of 2008.
It's a perfect time.
Nobody in finance was hiring, and nobody was going to trust a 22-year-old kid with their money.
Right.
So my dad hooked me up with an internship, and one day he came home, he was like, Jimmy, great news. They're going to hire you full-time. You're going to be a great financial advisor. And literally, tears of joy was coming out of his eyes. And I thought that was just the worst news ever. That to me sounded like a death sentence, And I just didn't know how to tell him. And I was like, I don't want to do this, I had to, disappoint my parents in order to not disappoint myself.
Yeah.
That was the creed that I lived by. So after college, I did that internship for a little bit just to appease my dad. And then after that, I got 3 jobs when I graduated. I was a used car salesman. I worked at a comedy club as a doorman in exchange for stage time, and then I was a strip club DJ at night. So I did all those 3 things, still not knowing what I wanted to do. But there was no customers in that club, so nobody ever did.
What was it? Were you doing day stripping, or was it the night stripper?
It was night stripping. It was after my comedy club show. There was no prime time in that club at any time. I started off with just a stand-up community, which I thought was so cool. That's one of the main reasons why I did stand-up.
So you've seen Bobby Lee's penis then?
Sadly, no. I feel a bit left out.
Wow.
I feel a bit
that guy gets naked every time he comes in this studio.
Oh, really? I've been to his house, and he still has not shown me his penis.
We're not even Asian.
We're closer friends, yeah.
I know. There must be something wrong with me. Maybe he only shows penis to white people.
It might be that.
That might be it.
And he tells you guys about, listen, here's what I do with the white. You whip it out.
But yeah, Bobby was somebody I looked up to. I watched Matt TV religiously. Steve Byrne was somebody I looked up to. Ken Jeong, and now we're all really close and good friends.
That's great.
Ken, of course, was in the movie.
Yeah,
it's great.
And we all love each other, and doing this movie, one of the greatest thing, was I felt like I found my creed. Of actors, comedians, because we all kind of went through the same phase of disappointing our parents to do this job. We all had the same experience. And when we're hanging out in Singapore, there was no questions of hey, can we go to Chinese food? Look, it's not weird Chinese food. It's just no. Everybody was just down. We go to authentic Chinese food, and we did karaoke every night. Everybody was just on the same page, and it felt so good.
Did you do work with the Harlem Globetrotters?
Oh, man. People ask me that. It was one of my very first paid jobs ever. So the Harlem Globetrotters, they go to China for a world tour every year.
Right.
And I was one of the only Chinese American comedians they could find. This was 10 years ago. And I was the only one they could afford, I guess. They paid me $200.
To do what exactly?
To be a consultant. So they sent me the script for the Chinese tour to make sure nothing's offensive.
Oh.
Honestly, I didn't even read the script.
You're good to go.
I didn't know. I was that was my first job as a comic. I didn't know. And I skimmed through the script. There's something about they bring out a Hello Kitty thing, in the middle of their show. I just told them for $200. I was like, dude, Hello Kitty's Japanese, not Chinese. Okay, just so you guys know that. And that was it. That was my $200 worth of advice. And now on my Wikipedia says that I wrote for the Harlem Globetrotters. So.
Silicon Valley, they know not on their radar. They
Yes and no. My dad understands comedy a little better than
Yeah.
my mom. Like, he loved it. My mom watched it for the first time. He's like, hey, Jimmy, can you not hunch your back?
He's correcting your posture.
Yeah, I was like, Ma, I'm playing a character in the show. It's like, okay, play someone who doesn't hunch his back.